And this is, I cracked my head on the 10th of September, and this was on the 29th, so 19 days. And there's the scar. Not bad. Not bad for home remedy. But here's what's weird. Okay, I still have like a pain where I bumped my head, and it's like long going towards the back of my head. And I woke up the other day and I thought it was May, but then I looked at the calendar that I hadn't changed and it said September. And then I looked at the phone and it said October, and I was like, what the what? And my phone only has 2 games on it, Spades Frenzy and Spades. And I don't have any contacts. I don't have any stuff on this phone. I don't know what happened. Oh, I've been saying I don't know a lot. Anyway, I wanted to make this recipe for toasted walnut chocolate cookies, and it was like from a gourmet cookie company, and I couldn't remember the name of it. And I Googled all the ingredients, and I left out flour. So I'm gonna make these, and this is gonna be my food video. I haven't done a video for a minute, or have I? I don't know. There's so much missing off this phone. What is today? October? October what? October 11. 10/11? Okay. Let's do this weird thing. So I just Googled how much flour if I have a half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of butter. And they said 3-to-1 ratio would be 1.5 cups of flour. So that's what I'm going to start with for this. For my recipe that I messed up, 1 ingredient. And that's not all. I left the other day, and when I came back, the door to my storage unit was wide open. I mean, I had the screen enclosure in the door, which is what I fell over when I leaned in, but the door was wide open. And there sat my dog on her little coolaroo bed. And I'm like, did I do that? Man, what else did I do that I was like, oh, when did I do that? So head injuries are nothing to mess about. I know I should have gone to the ER. I know I should have had a head x-ray. I did not do any of those things. And nothing can be done at this point. Everything has started to heal. Although I do have weirdness on that side of my face. Like just a pain, but not a pain. It's like a headache, but only one spot. From the head injury all the way along my head to the back of my head. But the numbness is gone from the top of my head. So that's good. So, and they said that sometimes if you have any kind of a fracture, it takes 3 to 6 weeks for it to heal. And it's only been, what is today? Oh yeah, 10/11. Oh, okay. It was 1 month and 1 day because I fell on the 10th of September. I know that because I wrote it down. Oh boy, I'm going to have to start writing everything down. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, that's the toasted walnut chocolate cookie recipe ingredients. And I figured out I was missing the flour, so I Googled it, and oh, maybe I already said that. 1.5 cups of flour, 3-to-1. 3 flour to 2 fats to 1 sugar, I think. Anyway, but then I'm going to make bread because it's 1.5 cups of warm water, a package of yeast, flour, and salt. And I think I'm doing that because it can rise for a couple of hours or longer, and then I'll do the cookies. Wow, this is so confusing. This is going to be a weird video because I thought I had to go to the store, and when I went out to start my truck, the starter went out. And I know it's a starter because I got a brand new battery and a brand new alternator. So I Googled mechanics, mobile mechanics, and wrench.com popped up. And so they're going to replace my starter tomorrow for $310. I don't know if that's a good price or not. I don't even know if I have that money. But I don't know who else to call. I don't know if I laid this phone by a magnet because there's no contacts. There's nothing except 2 Spades games, Spades Frenzy and Spades. So weird. I don't know how to restore it. I think I might have messed it up. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to make this bread. 1.5 cups of lukewarm water, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2.5 cups of flour, and a package of yeast. Okay, let me put that together while I'm still thinking clearly. Man, I feel so discombobulated. Is that a word? Okay, this is ready. And it says to cover it and then put it in a dark place. Yeah, I live in Texas. It's not dark until 7 p.m., peoples. But I'm going to cover it and I'm going to find, oh, I might have found a dark spot. Okay. So while that's rising, I'm going to dent this toasted walnuts. Oh, you don't even have to do the walnuts in the oven. I Googled it. And you can saute, I have to chop them, but you can do it in a skillet and you don't have to have any oil or nothing because the walnuts have their own oil, but you can't take your eyes off of it because they'll burn. So, gonna do that. Okay. Oh my God, I feel so fragmented, but, pardon me. These are the ingredients for the toasted walnut real chocolate cookies. Okay, so here's the 1 cup of walnuts, and I have to chop them, and then I'm going to saute them in the skillet, my electric skillet, without anything because they have their own natural oil. 2 eggs, sugar, baking powder, salt, flour, vanilla, 6 ounces of chocolate chips, 8 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, and butter. And then you'll know the measurements as I do them. Oh, I used the bowl for the bread. What can I use to make these cookies? Oh, well, I'll figure it out. But those are the ingredients. Sorry, Martha Stewart, I'm not going to chop the walnuts. I don't have that kind of patience, so I'm just going to give it a little. Oh, it's not even moving them. Let me look at that. Well, crap. I guess I am going to have to chop it, Martha Stewart, because this thing didn't do anything except get dirty. Modern technology up the wazoo. Okay. Chopping. I am a chopper. That's 1 cup of chopped walnuts. And I've been on a chopper. Now they're going to go in there just the way they are. And I'm staying on top of them. I'm not going to turn my back on them. I'm going to toast them in that. You cannot turn your back on this. And walnuts have their own oil, so I'm doing this. They're not toasted yet, but they will be. Voila! Toasted walnuts. Oh boy. I thought I'd pop one in my mouth to check it out. Those suckers are hot. And it does say in the recipe to cool completely. So, I'm doing the bread because I got hungry. And I made myself some chicken and bread and sauce and made like a chicken Italian pasta sauce sandwich. Okay, so you heat the oven to 400. Let me see. Okay, yeah. And then you're going to bake this for 25 minutes. I already made my cut. And make sure it stays cut. Okay, 25 minutes at 400. And then I'm going to turn it down to 375 for another 15 minutes. But this is a convection oven, so I'm going to go by sight and smell. Okay? All right. Oops. Let me get my fat fingers out of the way. Okay, they said 400 for 25 minutes and then 375 for 20. So I set the timer for 25 minutes. It has 19 minutes left, but it looks awesome. It looks just like the picture. I'm so full, too. And I still have to do those cookies. This is going to be a long, convoluted video. And, oh, boy. I'm just going to post it, and mostly it'll just be for fun. Y'all can pretend to be high on wine. and think that you're watching some kind of a weird movie. This bread turned out beautiful. Wait. What? Let me get a different angle. Does that look like the longest butt crack or the giant vagina? I need therapy. I'm grossly immature for my age, and I just see provocative bread. Well, I'm going to let it cool before I cut. Maybe I'll just cut it down the middle. No, I'll cut it sideways. Oh, there we go. Wait, let me do it this way. Oh, it's a giant mouth. Oh, yeah, I like that. It's a big old mouth. They're not smiling. It's not smiling. Boy, this smells wonderful. And it's cooked. I'm gonna let it cool. Yes, it's a mouth. I like that better. It's big lips. Oh, it's big lips. Oh my God, look at how beautiful and high that rose. Oh my God, it looks like Pac-Man. And now it kind of looks like, oh my God, like a pumpkin, but like Jack Skeletor, the Nightmare Before Halloween. I'm not going to be able to eat this if I keep on making up faces and body parts for it. Oh my God, that looks like a Ninja Turtle. Donatello. Oh, or is it Raphael? Michelangelo. Oh, who's the other one? Anyway, accidentally found the best way to cut bread is after it's cooled overnight. I discovered that by accident. So I'm going to put this back in here and I'm going to cut it tomorrow. And yeah, that'll be part of the video. It's going to be a long movie. Okay, so I've toasted the walnuts. You saw that. Okay, the next step they're telling me, this in 2 tablespoons butter. This is 8 ounces, 4 and 4. Bittersweet chocolate from bean to bar. Oh, I can't wait to try that. And then 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to take my meat tenderizer thing and break these up and then slowly melt them in the microwave. Okay, that's the next step. I'm making the cookies now. The bread is beautifully done and it will be sitting. Wait till I cut it tomorrow. That'll really be the test. That was weirdly enjoyable, especially when I was beating it. So here it says microwave method. Use the microwave safe container and 50% power for 1 to 1.5 minutes. Remove, stir. If not melted, return and do it in 30-second intervals. Okay, as scorching can occur. When small lumps remain, remove and continue to stir to completely melt. So that's what I'm going to do. This is after I've toasted the walnuts. This is the next step. 2 tablespoons of butter, 8 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, and I'm going to melt it in the microwave. So here's the next step. I'm going to whisk 2 eggs, a 1/2 cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to incorporate these 2. Okay, I don't have the space and all the cutlery that Martha Stewart has, so I just do what I do, and it still comes out and tastes fabulous. Here's an interesting fact that I read. They said that you really shouldn't crack your egg on the side of a bowl because you could get little shells. They said you should really crack it on a flat surface. So, boom, flat surface. Okay, I incorporated all that, and then I put it in here, and now I'm going to incorporate that. So here's all of our chocolate. Well, here's the 8 ounces of bittersweet chocolate and 2 tablespoons of butter melted in the microwave. I did 1.5 minutes at 50% power. Then I did 1 minute at 50% power. And then I did 45 seconds, and it was perfect. So there's the egg and the sugar and the vanilla in with the chocolate. Next step Okay, so now I'm going to do 1.5 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. That sounds like a pinch. Plus there was salt in the butter. And so I'm going to get that all whisked together, flour, baking powder, and a pinch of salt, and put that in there and get that all mixed together. Then I'm going to add 6 ounces of chocolate chips and the toasted walnuts. And I might have to add a little bit more flour if I didn't get the right measurement off the Google. Baking Google. Here's something else I heard. Did you know baking powder can go bad and it won't rise? And you can do one of two things. You can pour it in, put some in water, and if it foams up, it's still active. Or keep it in the refrigerator. And I keep mine in the refrigerator. Coming into the home stretch. There's my flour and baking powder and a pinch. Well, it's actually 1/8 of a teaspoon. So this needs to go into that. Oh boy, I need another spoon. Yeah, the dishwasher will get it. I'm the dishwasher. And when I say the maid will be here in the morning, it's me when I wake up. And the chauffeur, after I get my starter, I'll chauffeur myself around. Okay, this is everything. And now they want me to add the toasted walnuts and 6 ounces of chocolate chips. And once I do that, then I'm going to get a baking tray, line it with parchment paper, and these get dropped by a rounded tablespoon onto the cookie sheet, and then they bake at 350 for 10 minutes. Oh boy, these better taste awesome, because this was a lot of work. Oh my God, you guys, this is so much work. These better taste awesome. There's the chocolate chips, and there's the walnuts, and then there's the dough. I'm gonna have to knead this like bread. But I guess that's the whole point. So these are supposed to be gourmet cookies. I'll let you know. Okay, what a pain in the brain, and not because I hit my head. I don't know what the flour amount was. I think it was more, because I could barely, I mean, you see it's in a different container, right? So I had to add a little milk. If you add too much flour to your dough or your cookie dough, you can add melted butter, you can add teaspoons of water or milk, or you can add another egg to get the consistency that you need. And I added a little bit of milk. So, and it still tastes wonderful because I ate some of the cookie dough. So now, here's my parchment paper. I love parchment paper. You don't need to do anything, although I do spray, cooking spray, and then stick the parchment paper. But I don't think I'll need to do it this time. We'll see. So rounded tablespoons, 2 inches apart. Oh, I'm getting sleepy, but keep calm and carry on. Okay, this is I call it my mica oven. Instant. Okay, so here's your choices, and I want it to bake. Bake, okay, and I want it to be 350 degrees. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, and I want it for 10 minutes. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit start, because this has to heat up. And then once it's ready, it'll just say 350, but you got to watch it. Otherwise, it'll just start without you. Okay? And That's a tablespoon of rounded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're doing 8. And we'll see how that goes. Okay? We'll see, said the blind man. Oh, it's on. It's ready. Here we go. Shoot. Here we go. Okay. This is the first batch. I'm very excited. Okay. 350. 10 minutes. This is a sad, sad day in the baking world. They're not disgusting. They're edible. But this ain't no gourmet cookie recipe. And this is all I'm going to make for tonight. I ate one. Well, I ate it in bites and pieces. I mean, it's got chocolate and the toasted walnuts. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a cookie person. Unless it's just good old Nestle's chocolate chip Toll House cookies. And then, you know, I'm going to keep them and eat them. I'm just not ever going to make this again. I'm so sorry, peeps. This was a baking failure, in my opinion. I mean, I'll post the ingredients. No, I won't. No, nobody should try to make these. I got the flour amount wrong. So don't even waste your time. I had to drink a iced coffee latte to stay up this late. It's 10 something. Anyway, the proof is in the pudding. They're not sweet. They're chocolatey and crunchy because of the walnuts. And then there's like that melted chocolate chip. I mean, these will be excellent with ice cold milk. But in the meantime, we'll see how the bread does, okay? Anyway, I'm cutting the bread in the morning. There it is. And we'll see what we see, huh? Okay, peeps. I'm going to sleep. And I'll put the dough in the refrigerator. And, maybe I'll bake the rest up. I don't know. I drank that coffee, so I'm really not. But I'm done with this. Okay, I'm going to give these a second try. And I'll tell you why. Because this is like an instant air frying whatever. But it gives you air fry, roast, warm, bake, broil, toast options. So the recipe said 350 for 10 minutes, and that's what I did. But then I Googled if the recipe calls for 350 for 10 minutes and I have a convection oven, what should it be? And they said 325 for 8 minutes. So I think I'm going to do another batch, 325, 8 minutes, and see what that looks like. Okay. It's time to cut the bread and make toast with my coffee. Okay, here we go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's got a good crust, so it's not like white bread squeezable, but it is white bread eatable. Okay? Boom on the bread. And there's the cookie dough from yesterday, and I put it in the refrigerator. Now they say leave it out so that it's, I don't know what I did. I thought I was a better baker. I don't know. And my head is still tender. When I touch my wound, there's a weird sensation that goes up to the top of my head again. But it's been 1 month and 2 days since I bumped my head, so onward and upward, huh? So I'm letting the cookie dough come to room temperature. I can't waste it though. Waste not, want not. You start wasting stuff, you don't get anything back. You don't get rewarded for that. So, and this is how I make toast. I melt butter in the pan, and then I put a slice in. I'm going to do these two. And I put butter in the pan, and then I put the bread in, and I let that toast on one side, and I scooch it, and I add a little bit more butter and flip it over into the melted butter. It is so crunchy on both sides and soft in the middle. It tastes so wonderful. I can never go back to the toaster, because it's like dry toast. This is like buttery toast, and flavor in every bite and crunch in every bite, but soft in the middle. So I melted butter, and I'm getting ready to add this little bit of butter here, just for that one piece. Okay, just for this one piece here. Wait till you see how it looks when I flip it over. Ha! Doesn't that look divine? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it's not like greasy. It's not. The butter's cooked. I don't do the crust part, just the bread part. Look at how pretty that is. See, now I'll flip that back over and let this soak up some more of the little bit of butter, and then I'll just turn off the burner. Oop. Oh, dang it. There goes my straw. Okay. Let me get some paper towels. Look at that. Oh my God, that is so perfect. And this is my homemade peanut butter and my homemade strawberry jam. Yep. And then there's my butter, and then there's my coffee. And you don't have to add anything if you don't want to. You can dip this in your coffee, because I have cream and sugar in my coffee. Blink. You can dip this in your coffee, or you can just take a bite plain because it's buttered. It's already buttered. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is such good toast. 1 tablespoon of butter, which is like a half melted, and you pull the other half out and drop your bread in. Oh my God, that tastes so good. I'm so happy, because I was disappointed in them cookies. And I'm still going to make them. I'm just going to suffer while I eat them. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So then what I'll do with this is I will slice this all the way to the end and put it back in this bag and put it in the freezer, because then I can just pull out a slice or two, and you know, I can let it come to room temperature and fry it, or I can fry it up in the pan frozen. It'll cook it and thaw it, and it'll still be perfect. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That is so good. Can you hear the crunch? So good. So good. And here's the other thing. That's real butter. There's real cream in my coffee and real sugar. Dr. Oz did a show. He said our body is not designed to process all that artificial sweetener stuff and all those preservatives. We are supposed to have the real deal. And your body won't let you OD on it, because you'll have diarrhea, you'll vomit, you'll be sick if you overindulge in too much butter or whatever. So, yeah, I like my real butter, but I don't, and I mostly fry stuff in olive oil, which is good for you. So, okay, there's the bread, there's the toast, there's my burden. So we'll be finishing this up with what happens when I do the cookies at 325 for 8 minutes in the convection oven. So I had my toast, and I had my coffee, and I drank some milk, and look at how beautifully that's sliced up. And now it's going to go in the freezer. And if I want some bread, I can just take out 1 or 2 pieces. I do the same thing with bacon. I'll buy a package of bacon, and then I'll roll each one up and put it on a cookie sheet that's got a parchment paper laying on it. And I'll have them all on there. And then I'll put them in the freezer, and I'll put some plastic wrap over it. And when they're so frozen solid, I put it in a bag like this, actually. And then I can pull out 1 slice or 2 slices because it's rolled up. So, yeah. Oh, let's finish this burden. super hopeful about the rest of this dough. It was in the refrigerator. I've let it come to room temperature, and it feels way, way better than the dough from yesterday, which this is the dough from yesterday. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So I'm going to get this ready, and we're going to do 325 for 8 minutes. Okay, it's on, and they're in. And this thing is cool. It'll shut off on its own, so I don't have to look at it or set the timer. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. We have a winner! These turned out great. Okay, it's not a sweet cookie, but it's chocolatey, and I'm going to consider this medicine because that bittersweet chocolate is 60% cacao, and then the 6 ounces was supposed to be semi-sweet, but I just got 6 ounces of the dark chocolate. So this is very chocolatey. It's not sweet, so this will be fun. This is good with milk, ice cold milk, or something sweet to drink, like coffee with cream and sugar, or, you know, if you're a tea drinker. I'm not going to post the recipe. I mean, you saw what I did in there. But I'll tell you what, the consistency of putting it in a bag and leaving it overnight and then letting it come to room temperature, way better than the first batch. I still got the first batch, and I'm still going to eat them. But this is good. This is good. It's not sweet, but it's good. Okay. Okay. It's a chocolate bite. For sure. 10 for a good buddy. So, my truck is fixed. I'm happy with the cookies. The bread is sliced and in the freezer. And what is today? Sunday, October the 12th, 2017. Okay? Right? Yum.